Welcome, everybody, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim. It's a wonderful day in Sonoma. It's super green out there. The hills are green. We had a little bit of rain last week. It's super green. I saw a vulture drying its wings and very happy. There were sheep out there. It's a great day. But you know what makes this even better today is that I have a very special guest. I know I say every time I have a very special guest. This time I actually mean it.
You say that every time.
This time, though, I actually mean it. My very special guest, Michelle Heston. Michelle, hello. How are you?
Hi, Tim. I'm so happy to be here. Finally.
Thanks for coming. And thanks, I'm so glad that you said, Tim, I will see you. Normally you're like, we're like ships passing in the night and you're always busy. And you're really busy because you're like the super regional director or something. Where do you work, Michelle?
Of something.
What do you
do?
What do you do?
I oversee PR and marketing communications for Fairmont hotels in the U.S.
Okay, and that's pretty big.
It keeps me pretty busy.
But we're lucky because you're based out of our Fairmont.
That's
the
true.
Sonoma Mission Inn here, just about a mile and a half from where we are now.
That's true.
But Michelle, you also have, and we're going to talk about this too, you have another secret identity.
I do have a secret identity.
And you have a business called Heston Cakes?
That's it.
And they make cakes. And they is you.
They is me, my little army of me. Yeah.
And you make cakes. We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
So, thanks for coming.
We have to talk about work stuff first.
That's who's paying the bills. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on
working.
there. Yeah, and that's what's there.
Yeah.
But, so let me ask you this. You're with Fairmont. The question I always ask is, where are you from and how did you end up in Sonoma?
Originally where I'm from?
Yeah, where are you from? Who are you
I'm from Aspen, Colorado.
You're a mountain girl.
I'm a mountain girl.
Knew it. And then why are you in California?
I came out to California for graduate school. I was living in LA. I was offered a job in San Francisco, and I took it.
Okay. At the Fairmont?
No, at the different hotel company.
Oh, right, across the street, actually,
yes.
if I recall. So you came to LA to be a waitress and become famous as an actress.
No, I went to get an MBA.
That's a different LA story.
That's a different story, yeah.
And grew up in Colorado.
Yeah.
In like the mountains of Colorado.
That's right.
And you ski a lot.
Ski girl.
You
That's
like
right.
to ski. Okay.
I love to ski.
Because I know on your social media, like you do real skiing.
Real skiing and real snowboarding.
For real.
For real.
Like the Black Diamond stuff.
Well, when I was a kid in Aspen, there wasn't a lot to do besides ski.
Yeah. So that's why you just went up there and did it.
Yeah.
My nephew is now a ski patrol guy in Vail.
That's cool.
And he graduated college, and then he went and got
That's
the
a good
thing.
job.
He loves it.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
It's fun.
And I guess he's doing some crazy thing in Colorado where you go from you ski from mountain to mountain overnight.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like some crazy, like driving it would be like 8 hours, but you can do it in like 6 hours.
over the pass, yeah.
So, and it looks insane.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy, and you have to be a great athlete to do that.
That's what he does. He's crazy.
Well.
And anyway, you're
He's a mountain man.
He is a mountain man.
Wow.
That's what happens. All right, so you come out to Sonoma or San Francisco.
I go to San Francisco. I love it. I love living in the Bay Area, and I was offered a job with Fairmont.
Okay.
And I took it, and I came up to Sonoma for my interview, and I fell in love, and I've been working for Fairmont and based out of Sonoma for over 15 years.
Yeah, as long as I've known you, I think.
Yeah.
And
we've known each other a long time, too.
we have known each other a long time. When I worked in San Francisco, I think, and you were...
that's true. We knew each other then.
Yeah. See? Doodle-doo.
I forgot about that.
Long times.
Yes.
Long time.
I forgot you were in San Francisco.
But in your office, if I recall, is this palatial, beautiful office at the Fairmont because back of the house makes all the money.
That's right. Front of the house makes all the money. Yeah. But I don't have that office anymore. But
That's
yes,
so
you
sad.
did.
I used to come visit you in the spa.
My office was in the spa.
Behind the water.
That's right.
Plumber, heater, thing like that.
Heater,
It was
accounting, spa, yeah.
It was funny because the Fairmont is such a glamorous, classic, beautiful. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful resort. And then you're like, well, come to my office. And
you're like, wow, where are we going? It's like behind the scenes. You're like, what? And it changes so fast. Yeah,
it does. It was that was fun. Well, tell me about the Fairmont Resort. Like the Sonoma Mission Inn is a historic resort, right?
That's right, 1927.
Okay, and what the area is now called the Springs. We kind of lumped together 3 towns.
Correct.
Called the Springs. It was Fetters Springs, Boys Hot Springs, and Agua Caliente. Why were there springs there? Like, why were there resorts there? What was going on?
So Captain Boys actually developed the whole area, and because he found the hot springs, and it was a place that the wealthy would come up to Sonoma, and they would take the river actually up from the Bay. I know, and they would take the waters.
So they would probably come on a little boat, go to the Sonoma Creek to a landing, and then there was a way to get
and
up.
there was a train from there.
A train. See, I think there's a pathway that goes behind the plaza that is the old train
tracks,
that would go right by you guys up there at the Fairmont. So this guy, Captain Boyes, did he found the Sonoma Mission Inn? Or
he did. Captain Boyes. Yep.
Really? Okay. And so in 1920, it's over 100 years old now. I hear like during World War II, it was historically taken over by the military. It's like an R&R thing.
It was for the U.S. Navy. And they would send naval personnel for little R&R that were based somewhere in the West. So
wow.
And then it was a retirement community for a while.
Wait. It was?
Yeah.
Like a senior living facility, like a retirement?
Yep.
The entire...
Yep.
Wow.
It's had a crazy history.
And did the same pools were used back then?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've refinished them a few times.
Exactly.
And not the spa pools new, but the main pool off the lobby.
The classic one.
And those are all filled, with those famed waters.
Okay. And so there's water that's running underneath us probably right now here in Sonoma.
Can you feel it? No. Okay, no.
I'll say, hey, podcast editor, put in some water sounds.
Yeah.
So there's at least geothermal pools or streams that are underneath us that you are able to tap into.
Correct.
And they help heat the spa waters.
Yeah, the waters, we pull our waters that come out at about 130 degrees, and then we cool them and fill all of our pools and spas.
Okay, because that would cook you 130
That's
degrees.
A little too hot.
You go sous vide if you wrapped yourself in plastic.
And actually, we had a scientist come out and did some analysis. It's the same mineral content as Calistoga. It's the same underwater.
So it's like underground stream.
Yeah, underground river or stream.
Because there's ancient volcanoes or something like that, and I don't know anything.
You
about
sound
it.
very sciencey. This is going to be good.
I was getting in trouble there.
This is going to be good. Listen up.
Last week we had a horticulturist. I've had a biologist. Anyway, there were ancient space astronauts that made a rafting tunnel.
Yeah, and
it went from Calistoga to Sonoma, right?
Sure, you can raft it if you want. Yeah.
So so it's the same flume of water.
Flume. That's a good word.
And the waters have like wellness properties, right?
They do.
Okay.
Therapeutic properties. And the Native Americans that were once in this area, they used those same springs.
Got it.
As a healing ground.
Okay, as a natural spring originally would probably come up from the ground or come out of the side of the hill. I know further up, there's a place called Morton's Warm Springs.
Yes.
They have like the hot water coming out of the side of the hill.
Out of the side of the hill.
Which is weird when you're like walking along Sonoma Creek. You can walk along, and there's like a steaming patch of mud. It's just like hot water.
Did you jump in there? It's pretty hot.
It is hot. Yeah. There's also poison oak along the creek.
Oh.
So the beauty of the Fairmont, you guys have taken care of the poison oak.
Yes.
By building a resort.
Yes. We don't have a certain person that does that.
No.
But yes.
It's right there. So how many rooms is the hotel?
226.
Oh, so you're like a big hotel. Not huge.
We're not huge.
I should say, you're big for Sonoma.
We're big for Sonoma. We're really small for Fairmont.
Yeah, you're a rounding error in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
They would forget they had 226 rooms. Like, oh, I forgot that wing.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's big for Fairmont? Or is it small for Fairmont? Okay, because Fairmont has like
600 rooms is our typical for our larger. Yeah.
What's the one in San Francisco?
600.
Is one called the Empress? Is that in
Canada?
Up there, CANADA. That's a big one, right?
That's a big one. That's about over 600.
Okay, and these are like famous, huge buildings. Like the one, that Empress one I've seen is beautiful because it's like is it in the mountains?
Yeah, because the way that Fairmont came to be is it was at once owned by the Canadian Pacific Railway, and they brought the railway from the east coast of Canada to the west coast, and they built all these palatial hotels along the railroad route.
Sort of like when you go to the national parks and each have a beautiful lodge. Okay, I did not know that.
So that's a great segue, Tim, because all those hotels were built in national parks in Canada, that's kind of been the ethos of our sustainability philosophy forever. So
you guys have, you were, before everyone was talking sustainability,
cool,
that was the thing.
We were doing it.
No, I remember that. Even, simple as like composting food waste.
Yes.
You had the bees in the back. Did you have the bees? Remember?
We got bees. We got bees. We have two kinds of bees.
And I think San Francisco had bees too.
We have bees in San Francisco. We have bees everywhere.
What are other kind of sustainability initiatives that Fairmont did?
So I think the composting, the linen exchange programs, the sourcing local, I think is really important, especially in an area like Sonoma where we're just blessed to have all this natural produce and, of course, wines and really making that not a cookie cutter purchase for all of our hotels. Right.
There's plenty of companies, we won't say their names, but they might order from a massive supplier.
Correct.
And it comes kind of frozen on a big truck.
We don't do that.
And what I love about Fairmont, and let's talk about your culinary, because you have a great restaurant there called Sante.
Sante.
And stuff is like literally like Meyer lemon dessert the Meyer lemons are from like the backyard.
Yeah.
And
sometimes the
real.
chef picks them from his own backyard. That is true.
And they're real. So tell me about Sante. What kind of dining is it, and what's that experience?
You know, Sante has been many iterations over the number of years, but it really is. I would say it's California fusion for sure, but it's really seasonal, and and I know that's a bit overused, and locally sourced, but really comfort food that gives you a feeling of where you are, a sense of place. And I was going to ask you, we're doing this great Valentine's Day thing.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Do you want to be my date? Do you think your wife and my husband would be sad about that?
You know,
they could come.
Once you and I went to a dinner at the Fairmont, and I remember a media dinner, and I remember by like the third course, you and I looked at each other, and we're like, oh my God, we're going to die, because the food was so good, we kept eating it all.
All right, and I've tried to learn not to eat every single thing, but I'm still not good at that.
Tell me about this proposed date. What's going on?
No, it's not a proposed date. You have to say yes or no.
Of course, yes. Of course, I'm in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we've got this amazing dinner. It's 4 courses. It includes Zarnicolai caviar and a scallop carpaccio, aged duck breast. I don't know. It
sounds good. Cool. Is that on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Which is February 14th every year, guys.
Every year.
Quick reminder to all the people out there like me.
And it always sells out. So if you want to really tell that special someone how much you care about them, this is your
only one way to do it. Go to fairmont.com/Sonoma /Valentine's.
Otherwise, it's just really not a great idea.
It's just otherwise you have to go to Applebee's. Who wants to do that? Nothing wrong with Applebee's if they're listening. We're always looking for sponsors.
Have you ever eaten at Applebee's?
It's been an exceptionally long time. It's funny you mentioned that.
I've never eaten there.
You've never been there?
Nope.
For real?
Nope.
Fridays?
TGI Fridays. I've been there, yeah.
Okay. What's the one with the blooming onion? Outback Steakhouse?
I've never been there.
Really?
No.
This is
kind of.
No, you're very Sonoma. Not a lot of chain restaurants here.
No.
A lot of local food.
I'm very Sonoma. How's that? I support local chefs and purveyors.
Very Sonoma.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Sante, but you have this huge spa. Like, so Sante's in the main hotel lobby in the back. If you're looking at this beautiful hotel, which I should tell people, it's in the Sonoma Springs. It's kind of set off from the main road, so you don't really know how big it is in the back. When you drive up, there's this beautiful oak tree.
It's this little oasis. It's not really little. It's
a large oasis.
13 acres, but yes.
But and the other nice valet kids are there, or young people. But your spa is to the right when you're pulling up, and it's the largest spa I think in Sonoma County, if not maybe the North Bay. I don't know. It's huge.
It's 40,000 square feet, 30 treatment rooms. So I used to laugh because if you were building a resort today, that's building a spa with some hotel rooms.
Right.
It's a little bit off. It's the ratios that we use today.
It's like the classic casino kind of thing. If you were there. And it's not just because you mentioned the pool. Like, you have a main historic pool off the lobby again by Sante. But then you have the spa pools. You have 2 of them.
There's 2 pools there, right? So there's a watsu pool, which is this really beautiful clover-shaped pool. Again, fed by our geothermal spring. Okay. And that water temperature is maintained at about 103.
Okay.
And then we have another pool in the spa as well, and that's about 98, 99, a little bit warmer in the winter.
Got it.
So 2 pools. But in the watsu pool, which is the coolest thing.
Is watsu, this sounds like an animal from Safari West.
It's water shiatsu.
Okay.
That's the cool word. Is that a 50-cent word?
I'm going to give you that one.
Okay, good. And they do this treatment there. It is unbelievable. It's a floating water shiatsu massage. You and the provider are in your bathing suits. And you're kind of cradled in that provider's arms, and you've got little noodles keeping you afloat and what have you. And there's music underneath, so when your ears are submerged... Speakers in the pool. And it's this real kind of spa-like music, very relaxing. Okay. And shiatsu is kind of very fluid, kind of stretching movements that the provider helps you do. It's really an unbelievable experience.
And it's warmer than body temperature, it sounds
Correct. So you're not going to get chilly.
Okay. So these are both outdoors?
Yes.
And then you have the treatment rooms indoors.
Correct.
And there's this patio or piazza or loggia, whatever you call it, this beautiful long...
we call it a loge. You can do that.
Okay. Where I see people often sit out in their chairs there. They're chase lounges.
You can hang out and order something or have a glass of bubbly, enjoy the view.
And then inside treatment rooms, and then another
pool. Yeah.
So it's almost like a hot tub.
Yeah.
And that's also part of treatments as well.
Part of the treatments, right? Exactly. There's a eucalyptus steam. There's a salt sauna. There's a rain tunnel. There's all kinds of cool
That is neat.
Yeah, and that's all. If you are going to spend the day at the spa, you need to do all those things. And it's co-ed. Okay. So most spas are not co-ed. Right. So again, it's bathing suits. So
right, clearly. Okay.
Well, not clearly. Sometimes that...
Touche, you're right.
Right. So you can go with a significant other or your dad or your brother. I don't know, whoever you want to go with.
There's plenty of people. I mean, they should definitely spend the night. They should spend 3 nights at the Fairmont.
That'd be great.
But even if they're not spending the night at the Fairmont, they can get a spa treatment, right? You can buy a treatment and get a day pass and
Absolutely.
And enjoy that.
We have day spa there as well. Yeah.
Okay. Before we move on to other things, is there anything else about the Fairmont that we have to talk about? Because I think
Tim, I could talk about the Fairmont all day long.
I've been doing it my whole life, Tim.
I've been doing it my whole life, so you just pick a topic. Here's a couple things. You tell me what you might be interested in.
Go.
A new really cool room package.
Okay.
We talked about Valentine's Day, off-site weddings, or my new favorite spa treatment. Or we have a whole series of activities, so I will elaborate on any of the above.
Well, weddings are so hot right now.
Weddings are very hot.
Between November, Thanksgiving, and Valentine's Day, people typically in the United States get engaged so they can be all excited. You know, they do it with their family there. And then typically now they start looking like, where am I going to get married?
My own daughter got married here in Sonoma last May.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And we won't say that person's name to protect their identity.
Okay.
But it's the one whose name starts with D.
Starts with a D, ends with an N.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Right. So congratulations.
Thank you.
By the way. What is an off-site wedding or on-site wedding, would you say?
Off-site, but what does
that mean?
Well, we have obviously great venues at the hotel, right? Lots of space but we also have arrangements with a lot of the wineries, a lot of the other areas. So if you really have your heart set in having your rehearsal dinner or your wedding dinner in a wine cave or in a vineyard or what have you, or in a tasting room, we can make all those arrangements for you, and we'll provide all the catering.
Okay, because you know people, so you can
we
one
know
phone call at the Fairmont.
So many people.
You don't have to make a bunch of phone calls. You just call the Fairmont,
and we got it for you.
And you got it there,
and that's what I did.
And you personally.
I personally
have used the service
many times. I did my husband's...
Wait, how many times have you been married?
Well, not married. Other events.
I gotcha.
There's other rites of passage.
Gotcha.
So I did my husband's 40th birthday in the hotel catering and a wine cave.
Yep.
Yeah, and then my daughter's wedding at Sonoma Golf Club.
Okay.
So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was
you guys. I do have to say, for people who don't know, the Fairmont also has a beautiful event space. There's a large lawn actually between the spa and the oak tree, and
we have more than one oak tree.
Okay,
but that's a really big one.
Yeah, one that's beautiful, lit up.
Yeah,
and then also there's like a tented area that they use.
Yeah,
it's up year round, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a pavilion.
A pavilion. Excuse me, a pavilion.
That's a fancy word.
Yeah. And there's back lawn area behind.
13 acres, all kinds of manicured space.
It's beautiful back there. Okay.
And then just for other people, we have all things going on. We try to really embrace the community. So we have activities and events going on all the time. You can check out our website, and we have events for almost every day of the week.
I think you do. You guys, you got like yoga events, they have hiking events, all sorts of stuff.
We have Wellness Wednesdays.
Okay,
we have wine tasting.
We're gonna get into this. Ready?
Okay.
We're gonna get to
Are you gonna ask me a hard question?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, I gave it to you.
Okay.
So Wellness Wednesdays are recurring weekly on Wednesday until March 29th at the Fairmont. And what I've noticed in my extensive research,
good, Tim,
by going to SonomaValley.com/events.
Yeah.
Right now you have like the healing power of sound with Patricia Everett.
By the way, that is super, super cool.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I went and I had no idea what to expect.
Right.
And it is an amazing. It's almost like a yoga class with these really resonating. There's bells and there's like drums. It's
also like sound therapy kind of.
Yes.
Thing. Okay, that is cool.
Have you ever done that?
No.
Tim, I can hook you up. I know people.
You know people? All right.
I'm telling you, that is an amazing experience.
Is that in the spa?
It's in our yoga studio in the spa.
Okay. And like you just sit there, like you wear like yoga clothes, and lay down, and then she plays this music. Okay. Or plays these sounds. Not music.
Not music. It's more like sounds and drum beats, and every leader does it a little bit differently, but it's really, really an amazing experience.
Okay. So she does things, and I also see in February you have chakra balancing.
Yep.
I see numerology, and then going into March I see a soul collage.
I don't know what that is yet either. But what I'm saying is we bring in, and what I really like is the majority of our spa providers and our workshop leaders are all local.
Right.
90% are Sonoma County.
Right.
And they're here, and they're providing these really interesting state-of-the-art experiences that you can come and experience right here in your own backyard.
And I do like it because oftentimes people think Fairmont, and I'm not going to say like stuffy, but like classy, like super like luxe.
That was very nice.
You bet.
And that we offer some kind of alternative experiences.
I think a little California focus.
And
right?
I think that's
like
exactly
maybe this
right.
doesn't happen at the Chicago Fairmont. Maybe it does. I don't know.
I think you bring up a really good comment. And what we try to do as a company, and then I won't be any more corporate speak, is we try to really embrace the community where we're operating. And that's what Sonoma is. And that's what makes this place so amazing. For example, we're hosting cannabis dinners at the Claremont in Berkeley.
Oh, right.
And so because that is kind of the heart of kind of the cannabis movement in California.
Right.
So why not embrace that?
So those are like edible cannabis.
It's not edible. It's a smoking paired dinner.
Wait, people can smoke?
Yep. It's outside.
Oh, it's outside.
We have a tent set up because...
the one rule in California.
No, it would interfere with our liquor license. Yes.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Yes. I've learned a whole lot about that.
I am sure that there was 1 or 2 lawyers involved. When that came, the PR and marketing department's like, we got an idea.
Yeah.
And suddenly 25 lawyers appear on an hour.
And every person goes like this and grabs their head.
Right. But, okay, so you guys adapt everything to every local.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what Sonoma is, right?
It is.
It's very experimental. It's kind of on the cutting edge. It's hip. It's a little hippie, but cool hippie.
Right. Okay, good. Cool hippie.
Cool hippie.
Like
I think I'm a cool hippie.
You are a cool hippie.
Well, I'm trying.
Let's talk some other events that are happening. Speaking of cool hippie stuff, there's this place called Charlie's Acres.
Yeah?
They save farm animals. It's like a sanctuary.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's south of Sonoma here.
Can we go?
Yeah, they're doing a Valentine barn crawl benefiting Charlie's Acres Farm Animal Sanctuary. And so basically you go there at the animal sanctuary for brews and bites. So it's 21 plus.
Yeah.
I know that you're 39 because your husband's 41 now. So located just minutes from downtown Sonoma, Sanctuary is a perfect place for all animal lovers to visit. They have like pigs, they have geese, they have...
I have an idea.
What's that?
Can we go do that and then go to Sante?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be the perfect
it's
day.
It's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
So that's February 4th. And
we can do both.
We can do it all. We can do it all.
Excellent. And so you drink beer and pet the animals?
I think so. Like different food bites and drinks. And you kind of
don't give beer to the animals.
No, I don't think you should do that.
Okay, good.
Although if the dogs are older than 3, which makes them 21, right? Because it's 7 years. I got to figure that out. But yeah, you can't. Don't give an animal alcohol.
Okay, don't.
Yeah,
all you animal activists. He's kidding. He's just kidding.
Yeah, don't. PETA's going to be all over me.
Yeah, he's just kidding.
If you give a pig an IPA, yeah. So here we go.
Oh, that could be a song.
Could be a song. I do want to mention every Friday we have the Friday Farmers Market. It's the morning market here in Sonoma.
Love it.
It's just a block and a half north of the plaza. I was just there. I got a galette, a seasonal fruit galette from Baker and Cook.
Yum.
Super good.
Did you eat the whole thing or did you take it home?
No, I totally ate the whole thing. It's not a big galette. It's a small galette.
I know, but sometimes people bring stuff home.
This is awkward because when my kids listen to this,
I know.
They're like, "Hey, Dad, where's my
galette?"
Well, and I'll say, well, obviously, if you speak French, galette means small gal, and it's tiny, so it's not enough to share. It's an et. It's a galette.
Oh, so your fancy words trying to get you out of this? Okay, whatever.
Also, it's seasonal fruit. It'll probably be bad by the time I get home. I should eat it quickly. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay.
That's another event that's happening. Wait, speaking of baking.
Uh-oh.
Heston Cakes. Let's segue.
Okay, that was a good segue.
You about 2016-17, if I recall, you started like really getting into baking.
Yeah.
Like really getting into baking. Like your kitchen became like a hobby.
I get a little obsessed. I start a new hobby and then it's like all I can think about and do. So I went a little crazy. And
even though we're having fun and stuff, your job is stressful. You manage a lot of different hotels, and you're doing the PR and you travel a lot and stuff. So I'm sure baking was like a nice relaxation.
It was.
Even though it's very specific and tasky, it's also creative and interesting.
Well, it's an outlet, right? It was my therapy. And I could be kind of in my kitchen by myself being creative.
Right.
But I controlled the whole thing.
And why not cookies? Why not?
Oh, no. Okay. So here's the cupcakes are okay. Okay. Here's the backstory.
Okay.
My sister has a young daughter.
Okay.
my sister forgot to have children and had a child very late in life. But anyway,
She forgot.
It's
just something I forgot.
She forgot.
Okay.
And to make a long story short, about 2016, Charlotte, my adorable niece, said she was having a birthday party, and she wanted a Barbie cake. And as the older sister, I was in charge of cake. So I was going to
go get a sheet cake.
I was going to go buy a cake and bring it to the party.
Right.
And then she insisted upon this Barbie cake she saw somewhere. You know, which like the Barbie
Like it looks
sticking
like
out.
Barbie?
Yeah, and the skirt is all cake.
Like your great aunt's old toilet paper holder with the Barbie and the toilet paper.
Yes, that
but
is
a cake.
a different vision, but
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
You do know what I'm talking about.
I don't think anybody under the age of 40 does, though. But anyway, yes.
Okay.
So long story short,
a vertical cake with a Barbie standing up, and her dress
her skirt is all cake. Just with her, like, from her torso up is real Barbie.
Got it.
Okay, so I call some bakeries. I call bakeries all over the Bay Area.
Right.
And the price was crazy.
I'm sure.
It was like $200. I'm like,
what?
For a 3-year-old birthday party? Hard pass. So I figured I'm pretty creative. I'll just do this.
You're like, how hard could it be?
How hard could it be? I got this. So long story short, after a couple of attempts, I figured it out.
Oh, you put the Barbie in after it's been in the oven.
You don't cook the Barbie.
You get like melted Barbie plastic? See?
You just put a little hole and you put a little feet in there. And her legs, and then you build a cake around it.
Baked cake.
A baked cake.
Thank you.
And you
See, but that's what I'm saying. Trial and error. For me, I would have had melted plastic cake.
Oh, no. That would be highly toxic. No, you would not do that.
Mistake you only do once.
Do not do that. So long story short is I made this cake, and then I brought it. It was at the Cliff House in San Francisco, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" I'm like, "Really?" Okay. And then I just kind of started doing cakes.
Okay, but you took classes? YouTube?
No, YouTube.
YouTube.
I'm self-taught.
YouTube's amazing.
I love YouTube.
This is also available on YouTube, this podcast.
I learned how to change the headlight in my car on YouTube, too.
Yeah.
It's way harder than you think.
Well, it's also, if you have a newer car, it's almost impossible.
Well, it's a Mercedes. It's impossible.
And it costs,
German engineering
costs a lot of money.
Very difficult.
You got to take off 3 wheels and flip off the door.
And you have to get your hand in this weird. I'm like, how does a man put their arm in there?
You know what's funny? The older the car is, actually, the much easier it is to work on.
Yeah,
and
like a Ford.
Boom, pop it off.
Pop,
You're
done.
there.
Right.
Oh. Well. See, that'll learn you. But so YouTube, you learn how to make cakes.
I love YouTube.
Now, this is what I noticed on your trend, because you have a Instagram to follow your cakes.
I do. Correct?
What's it called?
Heston Cakes.
Heston Cakes. Heston.
Uh-huh. And then cakes. Yeah. You know, like cakes.
Like cake.
Not galette, cakes.
Wow. Because you're of the people.
I am of the people.
You make hyper-realistic cakes.
I do.
This is a weird trend.
I know. I know.
Tell me about, and I'm going to read you a funny tweet, but you
okay.
Tell me about the hyper-realistic cakes.
So I can, and I haven't done everything, but I can make cakes that are so realistic that you won't believe that it's a cake. You'll think it's, but it's not.
Right. Why? Like, what happened here?
Well, I saw it online one night.
Right.
And I thought, that's funny. I'll try that. And then I got hooked. And I love it. So if you check out my thing, I can do anything. I do shoes. I've done hats. I do junk food. I really like my junk food period.
It's kind of funny. It's like it's a candy bar, but it's a cake.
Right. But candy bar would be easy. Like a taco or a burrito is much harder than...
Wait. Yeah. Can you make a cake that looks like a galette?
Of course. Check out my Instagram. I made a cake that looked like a stack of waffles.
Really?
Yeah.
The waffle cake. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But so these realistic cakes are fantastic, but they're terrifying. I'm going to read you a tweet, okay? You've probably seen this one. This guy, the Andrew Nadeau, goes by MacGyver. He says, "The year is 2030. Bakery art is so realistic, literally anything could be cake. The uncertainty has gripped the world in fear. I go to hug my wife for comfort. She is cake."
I think that's awesome.
And then he follows up with, "I sob in despair as I eat my cake wife. She is delicious." So, like, you and I could be cake right now. We don't know.
Yeah. People are really hard, though.
Making people?
Yeah. It's really hard to do that. But I find organic items are way easier.
Still life. You do still life.
Yeah.
In cake.
I like to do fruits and vegetables. I know. It's a super weird thing.
And do people buy these from you now? Or like,
oh, my gosh.
And now you're selling for $300 instead of $200.
Put it this way,
you're like, a Barbie cake. That's a bargain.
I have more work than I could possibly do.
Did you up your game? Did you buy a new oven? Did you buy big mixers? Did you buy like super fine flour?
Yes, all the above.
Okay.
My husband bought a luxury car. I bought a Viking stove and oven.
But you know what, husband there, you can go places, but you can't eat your car.
That's
but
right.
With an oven, you can make cake. So
and he still gets his dinner.
He does.
Yeah.
So you upgraded your oven.
Yep.
And did you buy like a cool mixer, like a
I have
huge Hobart or something?
No,
like that?
I don't have that. But I do have a cool KitchenAid, and I've got all the.
Okay.
My husband will tell people, "What do you do with the money that you make from selling your cakes?" And he says it's just supporting her habit.
He puts it right back into cakes. Yeah, that's. I guess it's a good business if your business is just making more cakes.
Right. I mean, it's not. It's a passion.
Have you
project.
ever done a cake making class at the Fairmont?
I did
one
at the Williams Sonoma store here in Sonoma.
You did, which, by the way, is the first Williams Sonoma store in the world.
That's right.
Chuck Williams down there in Broadway.
And it's a super cool store, and they've got a great exhibition kitchen, the most beautiful exhibition kitchen I've ever seen.
Actually, a lot like the Fairmont. It goes deeper than you think when you're in that little building.
It's big.
You go in the back. There's a backyard. There's an upstairs, and the exhibition kitchen when you.
And I like the museum portion. I just like the whole thing. It's a really cool place to go.
It also has the best chairs. When I go to Pete's Coffee, which is right there, I sit on the chairs in front of Williams Sonoma.
I don't think they like that.
No, they don't mind, and I have
How
a
do
whole
you
plan.
know? Did you ask?
They've never kicked me out.
We could ask the GM. I know her. I'm going to call her.
Never kicked me out. 2, Mark from the chamber and I meet there because it's between our 2 offices.
Oh, the 2 of you.
3, the police chief used to meet us there.
Oh boy.
And it's like Mayberry RFD. We're like, well, looks like it's going to rain.
Well,
yeah. And
what are we going to do today, gentlemen?
Coffee, but Williams Sonoma.
If any of you are listening and you ever see that, could somebody call me? Because I'd like to see this little impromptu meeting for myself.
This is what I want. Make a cake that looks like the rocking chairs in front of Williams Sonoma.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be all distracted trying to think how to do that.
They're beautiful chairs.
The hardest cake I ever did, gave me a lot of angst, is I was asked from a friend of mine that I knew here from Sonoma to do a replica of the Marin Civic Center, the Frank Lloyd Wright Civic Center. You've all driven by it on...
Looks like space station-y.
Yeah, it's Frank Lloyd
long.
Wright.
It's got beautiful blue siding on it. It's got like a tower thing.
I call it like a spire, but I don't know.
Spire, thank you. Can you go inside the spire?
No.
I think it was in a Spielberg movie, THX 1138, or a Lucas movie, but it was like when it was first built. It's a cool building. You made that building?
Yeah.
Out of cake?
Yeah, it was hard.
Life size, 1-to-1 ratio?
No.
Okay.
No, but it was so big, and
eggs.
it's so, and I didn't want Mr. Wright, God rest his soul,
I think he's
to
dead.
roll over. Yeah, I know, but I didn't want him to be looking down saying, that's
that was terrible. It could have been a Galette.
So I worked really hard on it, and I didn't go to art school, right? And they didn't teach this in business school.
You didn't go to cake school.
Scale was really hard for me, so I was so panicked about it that I built the whole thing in another material, and then I used that as my model.
So it's a styrofoam cake?
No. The model was styrofoam.
And then you made a cake out of it, like the model of styrofoam. I think this is actually how they used to make movie models.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, that's exactly how I did it, because I was like old school, and CAD's not going to really work in cake. So I needed to go old school.
Wait, but wasn't there there was this whole Cake Boss or Cake Wars?
Yeah, there's all those shows.
Are those still on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope to be on one.
Oh, yeah, you should be on one.
Yeah.
This could be the producers of the next, Cake-tastrophe, whatever the new show is. I think you should have Heston Cakes on.
Well, I'm working on it.
A lot of people listen to this podcast. I just said I just called out to the universe.
Okay,
this will also be on YouTube.
Put it out there. Oh, it's on YouTube.
So, everyone's going to see it.
Done. Okay.
Or no one. We're going to put it on TikTok, I think. I don't know. All right. So,
are you on TikTok?
I have a TikTok account.
Now, when you say is that Tim Zahner or is that Sonoma Valley Visitors?
Both.
Okay.
And Sonoma Valley Visitor, we have it. So it's kind of weird with TikTok is that one, you have to put in the right kind of content. And for a business, it gets really tricky. Like, does Fairmont Sonoma have a TikTok? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you have one.
We've been talking about it, but again, to your point, the medium is such that makes it hard for many businesses.
Especially one, we target people who tend to be a little bit older.
Yes.
We talk about wine a lot. You and I just talked about cannabis. So it's sort of like you want to be in a place where maybe there's not a lot of kids. You don't want to be in that space.
And it's also those formats, you can't. Anything that can be international or national, I have learned. Cannot.
All the lawyers.
Right.
All the lawyers. So
we don't talk about that.
Right. So, so we're not really active on TikTok, but there is TikTok on Sonoma Valley. Now that Michelle, who does her social media, hears this, she's other Michelle, not you, Michelle.
Oh, I just thought I had a job I didn't know about.
Well, yeah, you got to make our social media out of cake.
I could do that. That I can do,
Anyway,
no problem.
we're not that active on TikTok, but we're on YouTube. Matter of fact, this is kind of ironic because this video, if you're seeing it on YouTube, I'm saying we're on YouTube, so it's kind of meta that I'm saying I'm on YouTube.
No way.
Look at that.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
We're also on a podcast.
Do you think they're going to learn anything on this one, though?
No. Let's get back to some events that are happening because I think people can buy a cake. Back to business.
Back to business.
In March, Michelle, you've gone to a couple of these. The Sonoma International Film Festival.
Love it.
26th annual.
That's one of my favorite things.
It's big. It's in March. It's gorgeous. It's pretty. They put the Sonoma wood sign like Hollywood and Sonoma.
I love it.
And you can rub elbows with like real, authentic. Well, you have celebrities, but what I actually like is the independent filmmakers that show up, and
you can kind of hobnob with them.
Yeah, talk to them right there. Like
have a glass of Sonoma Pinot right there with them.
This is a small town,
I know.
so they're right there. So that's March 22nd through 26th, and there's information.
I love doing that. That's one of my favorite things.
Good. We should maybe cake movie.
There's lots of cake movies.
No, but like we could do a documentary about Michelle Cake and put it into the film festival.
Oh, I don't know if they're interested in that, but
go ahead.
I could serve cake.
Oh, yeah, you can do that too. Maybe at the documentary.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, do you know people donate blood?
Yes.
Which is a noble thing to do.
Yes.
There's also Sonoma Raceway. Have you heard of that?
I drive by it all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
I think when NASCAR comes in, you get a lot of the teams staying with you.
And the owners, exactly. The racers, yep.
Well, they are doing a Sonoma Raceway high-speed blood drive.
That means they take out your blood very fast.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought
but
like you
get
in a car.
You get to do what do they call it? A hot lap?
A hot lap, yes. So basically, donors can get their hearts pumping with a hot lap around Sonoma Raceway's 12-turn road course prior to donating blood.
That's cool.
Donors will ride along with a professional driving instructor in a Sonoma Raceway Camry. Donors wanting to take a lap should do so before donating.
Yeah, might be a little lightheaded, right? Have you done a hot lap out there?
I have done hot laps a few times.
I love that.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I did one in an Indy car, and it was a 2-seater Indy car, and I was behind the driver.
Yeah.
So you could not see ahead.
Oh.
You saw the driver's back of his head,
yeah.
and you had peripheral vision only.
Yeah.
I got so sick. I remember.
Did you get sick in the car?
No, I got sick. I got sick in my car driving back.
Okay, good. I mean, not good for you, but good for the car.
When my vestibular system caught up to me, and I had to pull over on Arnold Drive, not near any of your property there. And I was just like, I didn't get like sick, but I was just like having a moment.
Well,
right.
I once got to go to racing school out there.
Oh, and they
Audi
have,
racing school.
It's amazing.
Oh, it was like the best day of work in my entire life.
Did you wear a cool suit?
I wore the whole thing. I was so cool. Yeah. I was so cool.
And like the chalkboard design and stuff like that.
And they have you in your ear when you find they've gone through all the training and they finally let you drive it by yourself.
Yeah.
They're telling you, okay, speed up, brake. And, it's counterintuitive that when you're going around a hard turn, you're accelerating.
Out of the turn.
Which is not
what you would think you would be doing.
Right. And I'm like, they're like, no, don't touch the brake.
It's going to end poorly for you there, Michelle.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because the Audi experience, you were driving super fast little Audis.
The A8.
The A8. So like,
that's a sexy car.
It's really cool out there.
Really cool.
If you go to a race, they have like, IndyCar. They have NASCAR. They have drag racing. They have all sorts of stuff. You can see their racing school. Often they have it open.
It's so cool.
And you can book it. Well,
we have so many cool things in Sonoma.
We're lucky.
We're very lucky.
They do Wednesday night drags too. So if your husband,
I haven't done that.
If he bought, you got the oven, so you can't do this, but he can take his car and go drag, and often they drag against the cops.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you done that?
I have not.
Have you seen it?
I have. It's cool.
What car are you driving now, Tim?
I'm driving a Camry.
You're gonna really do great.
Look at this. They do a Sonoma Raceway Camry. I was gonna point this out because Toyota's a sponsor out there. Their Camrys are a little better than mine.
Oh.
Just
a little bit.
But what's funny, they actually use stock Camrys, nice ones with I think a V6 in them. But the drivers are so good.
Yeah.
And they know like you said, they know every part of the track.
Right.
I don't know. They're like, and it's amazing.
That sounds fun. I think you should do that. I think you could.
Okay.
I don't know. You could be like you could donate blood. You could do the racing school. Tim, you should do it all.
We could be eating cake in the back of the Camry
when you finish.
150 miles
I'll bring
an hour.
you a piece of cake, like right to the finish line. Like instead of a flag, there's a cake.
That's right. Yeah. Well, like an IndyCar, Indianapolis 500, they drink milk.
Oh,
the thing, so it could be cake.
But we're in Sonoma, so
we can
do sparkly.
Okay, I like it. Okay, Michelle, we're the part of the hour now. of the thing where you help me answer questions.
Are they hard?
No, these are easy questions.
Okay.
These are really easy.
Okay.
Because, we operate 2 visitor centers, one here in the plaza and one at Vianza.
And you do an amazing job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We have great staff. We have volunteers.
Your
It's
staff
wonderful.
is the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They often will walk around and intercept people. They'll say, hey, are you from out of town? And out-of-towners will say no. And then they'll say, well, do you have any questions? The out-of-towners will say no. And then the out-of-towner will walk 3 feet.
And turn around?
The woman will turn around and go, where's the ice cream shop? Like, aha, I got you. I know where the ice cream shop is. It is kind of funny to watch. Most of the time, men will not ask, but then I'll just suggest. I'll be like, if you're looking for a good winery that has availability right now,
and you just happen to have that. You just happen to have that.
I just happen to have it right
Right.
there. But they won't ask. So.
A wealth of information you are.
I hate to reinforce gender stereotypes, but there you
just
are.
did.
I did. Okay. We get questions. This is where Michelle Heston from the Fairmont and Heston Cakes gets to help me answer questions about Sonoma.
Okay.
These are actual questions we get.
Okay, I'm excited.
Okay, ready?
Okay, ready? Do we get cake?
You
No.
You do. Ready?
Okay.
First question.
Ready.
What's up with the water buffalo? We actually got a question. Now, you're probably wondering what water buffalo?
Yes.
South of town. There's a field, and there's currently water buffalo. Buffalo. There's water buffalo. I'm going to give you a hint. There's water buffalo.
Oh, buffalo mozzarella.
So Rimini Mozzarella is a company out of Marin, and they're making buffalo mozzarella, which is weird.
No, say it the other way. I like when you say
Buffalo mozzarella.
Buffalo mozzarella. Yeah.
My staffer asked, how does the buffalo make mozzarella? They don't have thumbs. I thought, that was good.
That was like a Tim Zahner joke.
Tim Zahner joke. Yeah,
it's kind of a dad joke, but whatever. I get it. Okay.
So basically, Rimini mozzarella in Marin, they had to move some of their buffalo from Marin up to here, and they make
happy buffalo live in Sonoma.
Buffalo. They love it.
Well, who wouldn't?
They can go to the Raceway. They can go to the Mission.
They can have a glass of wine.
Get a glass of Pinot.
Come on.
So that's what they're there, and those are milk-making buffaloes.
Milk-making buffaloes.
Is it? Yeah.
Okay, have you seen the buffalo being milked?
I have not.
Okay, we should make that a field trip.
That would be fun / terrifying because buffalo are huge.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
They are huge. I've seen goats. I've seen cows.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go see a buffalo.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay,
So the answer to that question is Rimini mozzarella, and I'll see if I can get them on the podcast soon.
Oh, you should.
Or to send me cheese. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, why both?
Could you put cheese in a cake? I guess there's cheese.
Cheesecake.
That's cream cheese, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there like mascarpone? That's like a cheese.
We can do anything.
Okay, we can do
anything.
All right, this is an easy one, and no one will be mad at you for this answer. Where do I get the best burger in town? And that can be anywhere in any town in this area.
Well, I'm a little sad.
Oh, you're sad?
Yeah.
About burgers?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I loved Happy Dog.
Oh my gosh, Happy Dog, which is funny because it was called Happy Dog, and they had hot dogs too.
Yeah.
But their burgers were fantastic.
Their burgers were unbelievable.
And we have to be clear that Happy Dog is between where the Fairmont is located and the plaza.
McDonald's.
It's right by McDonald's. It's actually right next to like a really hot restaurant now called Animo, but Animo doesn't have a sign. The sign for Animo is Las Diablitas Taco Shop, but Happy Dog was a fantastic burger.
I love that burger.
And the couple that owned it sold it, and they're no longer doing it. So maybe that's your calling.
I don't know, but that was kind of my go-to place. That was I love those burgers.
And it was near for your office. It wasn't that far to go there.
Okay, what about you with burgers? Because I'm a big burger fan.
Okay, so first of all, we'll do lunch and then dinner, okay? Because some places aren't open for lunch. But for lunch, actually, this is weird. Sonoma Market, which is this grocery store behind me,
I know where
has
Sonoma
a deli.
Market. Oh, they have good burgers there.
Shauna Davis said, "Get the burger." I'm like, Shauna, what are you talking about? She
No, Shauna would know.
She would know. And I ordered the burger.
If Shauna says, that's what you should do.
So it's like if you're looking for an affordable, quick burger in a grocery store.
Ooh. But you know what? I like Sonoma Market for a whole lot of things.
Oh, great food.
Great produce.
They have a really good bar there for like deli products and stuff like that.
And their wine, they have crazy wine that you can't find everywhere.
That's another funny secret. When people come from out of town, like, where's a good place to buy wine?
Sonoma Market.
And I'm like, okay, well, look, it's 6 o'clock. The wine store, wine tasting's over.
Yeah.
Go to Sonoma
Which
Market.
also is, people don't get that here. Tourists, we get that asked all the time. Like, why is it shut down? And we have to kind of explain the laws and how that works.
The licensing.
Yeah.
And then, for most people, you can do wine tasting. Your ideal wine tasting times, like 10 to 4, is primo wine tasting hours. Some go to 5:30, or 6. But those are usually tasting rooms and not vineyards.
Very good, Tim.
Well, thank you. I've done this once or twice.
You've done this a couple times. Yeah.
So, but another best burger in town. Okay, B&V.
Okay.
Which is mainly open dinners. They have lunches, but dinner is a good place for burger there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Desante must have a burger.
We have a great burger. We have a super, super amazing burger.
Is it called the Fairmont Burger or the Sonoma Burger? Or
no, it's just a hamburger. But, our food truck that we have out as well.
Oh, the Californo?
Californo.
Okay.
They have a good burger out there, too. And that's seasonal, but that's a good burger.
Okay. Another food truck with a good burger. Yours is fantastic.
Thanks.
El Coyote Taco Truck has great burgers across from the high school. It's really good.
I'm a big fan. Yeah. And there's a taco truck that I love. And I've met you there before. It's down on 12 when you were working in Santa Rosa. Mm-hmm. And this is not an appropriate name, and please nobody get mad. It was a taco truck on Glen Ellen on Highway 12, and there was a big picture of Jesus on it, and I called it Jesus Tacos.
Everyone calls it Jesus Taco.
Do they? I didn't know if that was just me.
No, Jesus Taco, because he was there saving you from super spicy El Pastor.
Well, let me tell you, I love Jesus Tacos. And once I was working and I just needed a little break, so I drove out there and I got it, and I was eating in my car, maybe on a phone call.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Of course.
And somebody goes by like, "What are you doing? Why are you at the side of Highway 12 eating Jesus tacos?" I go, "Why not?
They're so good.
They're so good."
Yeah, that is in Glen Ellen on the left-hand side if you're heading north on Highway 12.
That would be the west side.
On the west side, correct. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
So that's a good one. All right, so good. A lot of good places to get good burgers and tacos.
I'm a big burger fan.
Good burger fan.
Yeah.
You've been to the new Mexican place across the street from you guys, right?
Yes, I have.
Good. That's a good one.
It's very good.
That Mexican hummus. It's like this. It's called Mexican hummus.
Wait, I haven't had that.
Yeah, it's actually pumpkin seed. It's like a pumpkin seed thing. It's really good.
Look how excited we get when we talk about food.
Let's do that. Ooh. Very Sonoma thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of food, this question: where is Vella cheese? Have you heard?
I've been to the Vella. Of course, I know what Vella cheese is. We use it all the time.
Okay.
I know where Vella Bridge is.
Right.
I know. It's on the plaza, isn't it?
It's actually right. It's just off the plaza on 2nd Street East, right by the bike path we mentioned before. There is where Vella cheese is, and I'm sure you guys use a lot of Vella.
We use a ton of Vella.
And there is a bridge called the Ig Vella Bridge, which is named after one of the founders of Vella cheese. They make local cheese. Sonoma used to have a lot more cheese making. We still do, but we used to have a lot of dairies. And it used to be on the corner, actually where B&V Whiskey Bar was the creamery. But now Vella cheese is a block away, and they make great cheeses.
They have great cheese.
And you can just see what kind of cheese are out there. So,
and then yum.
We mentioned Shauna before. She's also a cheesemaker. She's going to be on here in a couple weeks talking about butter. She has a new butter cookbook.
She does?
Yeah, which is not cooking with butter, which I was excited about.
It's just eating butter?
It's just, it's flavored butters, compound butters.
Oh, I love that.
Different butter stuff. So she's also like a cheesemaker.
There's all kinds of things you can do with compound butters.
There is? Mm-hmm. Okay. With cakes?
Sure.
Maybe. Here's a question one of our volunteers got just now.
Okay.
You ready?
But I'm not as good as your volunteer, so toss me an easy one.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Do you have a boyfriend and do you want one?
I don't have a boyfriend. I think my husband would frown upon that.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have a boyfriend?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. So it was funny because the volunteer started laughing because she was standing next to her husband. They volunteer together on Friday morning. And they sit outside. It's great. And they talk to and
you know why, Tim? I have
up,
the answer to all this.
Shot.
Here's why.
Why?
Because your volunteers, they are the epitome of Sonoma.
Okay.
They're warm, they're charming, they're approachable. Why wouldn't that be a question?
I didn't even think about that. And you know, I'm thinking if you're walking through Sonoma and you see someone that looks friendly, like I'm going to shoot my shot and ask this lady. Because maybe
she looks lovely.
Maybe perfect. Maybe it'll be love.
She obviously knows everything I want to know about Sonoma.
Right.
Win.
And she would know that there's Valentine's Day things coming up, like at the Fairmont.
Yeah. What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Well, I've been married a long time, so obviously I start thinking about that like I normally do, February 13th.
Tim? Bad answer. Try again.
Hey, how about this? Why don't I text David and say, hey, David, what are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Well, because that would be a bad answer as well.
Exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's on a Tuesday, right? I think it's on Tuesday. No, it is a Tuesday this year.
I don't know.
It's a Tuesday. So what I'm going to...
Celebrate the weekend before.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Actually, midweek, what I would do... Okay, what am I personally going to do?
This is stalling by Tim Bonner. Tim doesn't have a clue.
We're going to have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And we're going to spend time...
I'm going to call your wife.
With people I love. You know, my wife's really good for Valentine's Day because she gets chocolate for the kids. She's smart. She's smart. She really knows how to do this. So I'm just going to give up and say I lose.
No, bad answer.
Okay.
Try again. Bad answer.
I'm going to book a spa treatment at the Fairmont, but not on Valentine's Day itself. I'm going to give it on Valentine's Day.
A gift certificate.
Gift certificate for a wonderful midweek getaway.
See, and I think that is the way to do it.
Okay.
Because she's busy.
Yeah.
And she has kids, and let her make her whole day about that.
She works in healthcare, so she's stressed out.
She needs 2 massages.
Thanks for the idea.
Yeah, no problem.
I love it.
No problem.
Michelle, it's been great having you here.
Tim, I adore you.
Oh, thank you.
And I love that you call this Sonoma Spiel.
The Sonoma Spiel.
Do people, because I know what Spiel is, but do other people know what Spiel is?
No, so Spiel is both a Yiddish and German word, which just means, a chat, a talk, a spiel.
Yeah. But we have good shtick for those of you that...
gotta have the good
Tim
shtick.
and I have good shtick.
We're wearing a schmata and we're doing a shtick on the spiel.
This is crazy that you know all this. But okay.
So if people want more information about... Well, first of all, Heston Cakes, where do they find that information?
That's on Instagram. Heston Cakes. That's
just find you
super
there.
Easy. Yep.
And then if they want more information about the Fairmont Sonoma Mission Inn and Spa, where should we send them to?
You can find everything that you need at fairmont.com/Sonoma.
Perfect. And if you have any other questions about Sonoma Valley, go to sonomavalley.com. Everybody, if you've listened this long, please remember to comment, subscribe, tell your parents about it. Hi, Mom and Dad. Hope you're doing well. And we will see you next week. Michelle, thank you very much.
You do a great job, Tim. Thank you.